Okay, everybody. So I've got the shifter cable. It's definitely not aligned, so don't be alarmed by me just randomly spinning this trunnion. What I'm here to do today is show you how little effort you should have. And granted, I don't have the stern drive connected, so I want you to be able to see how much effort you should have. There's some measurements when it's, and if you fish at all, you can actually hook a spring weight on this to tell you how much pull is on it. With no stern drive, it should be 2.5 pounds to pull this. And then when you do have the stern drive, I believe it's around 18 pounds of pressure to be able to pull it and then put it back into reverse. So just some things to consider. I'll double check those measurements and post them in the info fields to be sure, but those are going to be pretty darn close. But so let me show you real quick just so you can have a visual how little effort you should be expecting. And granted, like I said, this is no stern drive is on this one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it out here. Alright, and then I use my thumb to push it back. Now you can't really see that so easy, right, on the video, but very little effort. If you have a bad shift cable, you'll know it when you pull it out like this. It will not pull out. You notice that the travel is good. So this is a brand new cable. Let's go. I'm going to pause for a minute. Let's go and look at the back and check the bell crank while we're doing this. All right, this is where having a partner makes all the difference. So I'm going to show you real quick. She's in the engine compartment right now, and she's going to rotate. Just basically move it back and forth as I'm talking about this in the video. And just look here, look at the operation here. Notice how everything is somewhat smooth. I'm going to point out some things here that you need to be looking out for as she's doing this. One of the things to note here is this bell crank right here. The bell crank, if your cable is bound up, it could damage this over time, and in some cases you can just damage the bell crank altogether. So as you're looking at potential concerns for why you have shift issues, this is very common to have this bell crank. There's also a rivet over on this side that can have an issue, or this screw can have an issue. These are all little things that concern. Just like you would check it on a vehicle. If you have a bearing issue, you should grab it and kind of shake it. Obviously the transom itself is going to move a little bit, but see if the bell crank moves into that seal. You'll notice I have no travel on mine, so we can call the bell crank good. The other thing we're going to look at is this screw here. It's nice and tight. You can see the cable moving in and out as my partner's reciprocating it, so that's good. All right, now here's another concern here. Stop right there. I'm going to go ahead and feed this back out. This guide actually slides on this here, and I can actually feel it. I mean, is it super smooth? Yeah, but it wouldn't hurt to put some marine grade grease on that right there to kind of help with this slide in motion, because this I can definitely feel here maybe a little bit of the sealant gasket got on here, but that makes it a little tough too. And keep in mind too, if your shifter cable is old altogether, you're going to have some issues. So these are some things you need to inspect when you're trying to diagnose. Number one, you have a bad shifter cable, you have a bad is your bell crank having issues. These are things to look at. But remember, before you put your stern drive on, put a little bit of marine grade grease right there. Also put some on that side right there, and this will kind of help with the action. So as this is reciprocating back and forth, you'll be in good shape. So I hope this video helped. If you have any questions regarding the bell crank operation of the out drive in general, you can see here, this is how it's supposed to be performing. These are all new parts that I put in, new seal in there and a new shift cable. So this is how it's supposed to look. The effort should be very little to move this in and out. So these are things you need to check, like I had mentioned. I hope this video helped. As always, don't forget to subscribe, like the video. Have a good one.